Set T at starboard now.
Defacing public property is a crime. Report any criminal activity
Hmm. There's nowhere to post like a stream link in all of the synchronizers, is there? Just public lounge? Okay. I wasn't sure if there was like a specific place to put a stream link. Okay. I'll link your stream. Mostly, I'm just happy about that fucking screenshot. Oh god, it's such a good screenshot. Well, now we're just talking about a different subject, right? You know, it's... Oh, wow. It's... I left a few jokes on the table and I'm proud of myself for it. Yeah. Oh, I wonder, is my mic... Okay, let's see. I actually gotta see this. Hold on. Where is my... Where's my OBS? Here it is. Okay, somebody say something in Discord.
Dirt said same.
Oh. Not that one. Hold on, wrong computer. Mute that. Okay, say it again. I can't tell. Let me see. Maybe if I go into my properties, I wonder if it's... Okay, well... Oh, I know how I can test this. I can just watch my own stream for a second. Oh. I think I have to stop. Okay.
Be the pride of your community. Join the civilian constable services today. Lorville is our city. Take pride in its appearance. Clean up after yourself.
Yeah, I have head tracking turned on through Face over IP on my webcam, but it like doesn't work 80% of the time. It just doesn't connect. When it, yeah, when it does work, it's awesome. It's really smooth. It just sort of works intuitively. I didn't have to adjust any of the settings. My brain just sort of like understands how much to move or not to move to get it to work right. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
Welcome to Metro Center.
Mm-hmm.
Transfers to the perimeter, spaceport, and industry lines.
Right. Nice.
Trespassing or attempting to trespass on train tracks is a serious and dangerous
I'm in a
offense.
different server than you guys, but I'm doing trade exploration if anybody is interested. Interesting.
Be considerate to your fellow
Mm-hmm.
travelers. Do
Right.
not block doors.
Oh, yeah, this is you.
Step away from the platform edge when train is approaching.
Yeah. Yeah.
Next stop, Metro Center.
Yeah, we both got on the same train at Lorville. That's actually hilarious. Yep. So I actually don't know if my yeah, I don't know if OBS is taking Discord. Try talking. Nope, it's not. So it's not. It's not taking Discord. Hmm.
Now arriving, Metro Center. Please watch your step when disembarking the
Yes.
train. Houston Security reserves the right to search travelers at any time.
Hmm. Hmm.
Let passengers disembark before boarding. Platform edge when train is approaching. Trespassing or attempting to trespass on train tracks is a serious and dangerous offense. Next stop, Central
Hmm.
Station.
I've got mad piloting skills. I just realized that's gotta sound hilarious on the stream. They can't hear you guys. I'm just like talking to myself wildly. Great. Oh, well, I haven't figured out how to get Discord to plug into my OBS, so they can't hear you guys. I don't have an audience right now, right? Like maybe one or two people that I already know, but um, still, if somebody watches this down the road, yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So every once in a while, it's just good for me to mention, like, oh yeah, Discord exists. I'm using it. You guys just can't hear it. Mhm. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly, exactly. I'm working on that. I keep going back and forth. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. As soon as you said that I had to add Discord as a source, I know exactly what you mean. Okay. Got it. Okay. So, what? Test. Uh, hmm. That didn't work. I don't know. It does. I don't have Discord as a source. What? Uh. No, I think that's making it more complicated than it needs to be, I think. Oh no, I was doing the wrong thing. Let's see.
Where do you have my marker?
All right, so we only have
Yeah,
one here.
I don't know what your pay or whatever you're at.
Oh, it looks like 3. Pad 3.
Pad or hanger? Pad. Okay.
Pad. Yeah.
I got it. I was using audio input capture like an idiot instead of audio output capture.
Yeah, that would do it.
That explain it.
Okay. And now you guys are set to
3.
Okay, that should be good. Okay, now the stream can hear Discord. So it'll be not as mind-boggling, like it not even boring, but just confusing to listen to my stream now. Right?
They're just talking and they're like, who the fuck is this guy talking to?
Yeah, exactly. Like just confusing.
Stop calling me a cuck.
Yeah, yeah.
Job.
Oh man.
Oh,
So Gunny, Tobias, one thing you could do to ease that up is I believe Discord does have the overlay that you could put on your stream that will like highlight when people are talking to show who's talking.
Yeah, it doesn't work very well in Star Citizen, and CIG just released a thing saying, please don't use overlay, it breaks our game.
Oh, I saw that actually somehow. Or somebody mentioned it or something.
Yeah.
So something that I want to do, I want to get a group together and pull out every single one of my ships and park them somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, that'd
It's
be
gonna take
though?
36 ships in my inventory
Oh.
right now.
Okay. Okay.
It would
That's a lot
take
of ships.
server meshing.
That's a lot of ships.
I know.
That's a lot of
But-
ships.
That's what I'm saying is, you pick an easy place to do it from. Like Grim Hex would be easy because you could go from
took
Grim
the number you
Hex to
said?
the ground on Yella somewhere.
Hmm.
Because pulling the 2 reclaimers out would be a fucking nightmare. I now apparently
Right.
have 2 Carracks in my inventory.
Oh, excellent.
Test
The
this.
game is just doubling all of my ships.
Yeah.
I also have 2 600 eyes.
Ah.
I have 2 sentinels, but one is eternally destroyed at Everest Harbor, so.
See, and here I thought it was special for having 3 rocks, but now that's just kind of like,
I've also got a couple.
Alright, I'm in.
What was the other one? What's the speed bike? Not the Nox. The other one. Fucking
The Dragonfly?
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Gunslinger, are you guys coming over here?
Hover bike is what I was trying to say.
Or should I just
Yes,
keep
we
riding this hammer
are.
on my own?
Yeah,
Nah,
we'll
you
get
got
to
it.
speed
You got
up.
it. You got it.
That's fine.
All right.
You got it.
You got this shit.
It's closer to a speeder than the Nox is.
Yeah. Oh god. I don't have pitch again. What's
You
the
guys can tell me
button?
when
God
any
damn
are
it.
here.
We need to lose pitch control.
Hi, puppy.
He's a
Fuck.
pilot.
You're a pilot. No, this happens to me once in a while. I just got to get in and out of the seat. I'm sure that's not the actual fix, but
Oh, let me take a screenshot. Dang it.
Fix it. That's what I do
Works.
half of the time. If something's not working, just
yeah.
Ah.
The old in and out fixes a lot of things.
Screenshot. Okay.
All right. We have pitch control, boys. Fancy.
Woo!
I can look up and down.
Be warned, there are 2 hammerheads here.
Oh,
Okay, let's make sure everything isn't randomly not overclocked anymore. Oh yeah, we got her.
Our main one is DeAndre Canada when you get here.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Did I just...
Oh, I'm gonna have to lock that in on the map, aren't I? Like right now, it should be giving me a beacon just to you. It's baloney that it isn't. Baloney, I declare. Oh no, it's Tylenol. It's clicking on him.
yeah.
Okay, I
Travel
just
to
He might-
realized I did a thing.
There's a 50-50 chance he's in my ship, so.
50. uh,
At best. Oh, I see the turrets moving. He's in my ship. All right.
Alright.
And
You got a bunch of hammerheads coming after you there, Drownable.
there.
So, hey, quick question
I'm
for you
taking
guys,
a
and you
break
might
from the
just
fight.
notice. Just off the top of your
What's
heads.
up?
Is, if I'm not trying to monetize a stream or something like that, I can just play music and not really worry about it too much, right? Or is like some secret music ninja gonna come and attack me in my sleep because I played somebody else's music? I'm sort of
You
I've
can
always been a
still
bit, like,
get hit with
irritated.
it.
yeah. So I've never really understood like
Even
yeah.
they don't care if you're monetizing or not. They just
Oh,
they
missiles.
go, wait, it all belongs. It belongs to us. It belongs to us. Like,
Ah!
suck a dick. I pay for the streaming service that it comes out of already.
Yeah, so I was kind of confused there, right? So like I pay for this thing, but then the people listening to my stream are not paying for it. So they're getting a product that they're not paying for. So I understand it from from the company's perspective a
Ooh,
bit.
okay, that was close.
So I guess I was just sort of was wondering. I was like, because
Yeah, but you
I
gotta
might have
figure
to
when
like
they come to
delete
your
the
stream.
beginning of the stream, right? 'Cause I had Pandora playing for like the first 5 minutes on accident.
It all depends on if they're fucking anal enough to do it.
Oh, he's shredding the shields.
Because worst case
That's
scenario
why I
is you
applaud
actually get like a
artists who.
copyright strike, right?
So you don't need to be this close.
Yeah,
Missile.
that's why I applaud the
Ow.
artists that are like, no, my
Ow.
shit. Go ahead and stream my shit. I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Because
cool.
they sit there and they go, oh, it belongs to us. Don't stream it. Like, you're losing out on the ability for this person to
I'm out of
show
range,
somebody your
Never mind.
music
Yeah, they'll
and
fall
then be
in
like,
love
yo,
with
I
it.
want to listen to that.
Yep, they'll fall in love with it. They'll want to buy the album so that they don't have to go to my stream on YouTube to listen to that song. It's pretty,
Yeah.
you know, human psychology is pretty obvious. If you
God, can't
He's-
see anything against that planet.
you
Aren't a
get past,
greedy retard.
well, yeah,
Okay.
if you get past the sort of easy impulsive money that Reaganomics
Right,
creates,
you guys are
right?
firing on DeAndre
Oh.
Kanata, right?
Oh shit, no.
Train.
Do I need to come to your guys' server and bring my retaliator?
I'm a baloney head.
Yes.
Oh,
That sounds like fun. Where the fuck are we?
there he is. No, that's not him.
It's the one that I'm focusing
Oh
on.
yeah, we were. No, we're good.
Okay, just double checking.
Yeah.
Go up to Everest.
I'm out of range.
Yeah, I'll meet you up there. It's just gonna take me a little bit. I
Missile.
have to refit my ship when I get back. To
Woo.
the
Oh no,
spaceport.
you're all good.
I heard that.
You're all good, Tobias.
Oh
I've
my
just this
Dude,
is
this
like
planet
the
is making it
12th time
impossible
I've
to see the
fucking
pip.
loaded into the game and had to take the
Yeah,
train, and I'm like,
I'll
God
get on the
damn it,
other
I
side
should
of
have
him.
gone to a space station.
Alright.
Yeah. Do you want to go to like a trade channel?
Sure.
Okay. Hold on.
We're
Let me
not
see.
interrupting their combat.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. We got. Oh, we have the Coffee with Tobias channel on private comms. Want to go there?
Sure.
Okay.
Twitchy virus said pull me in.
Now arriving. TISA spaceport. Please watch your step when disembarking the train. Be considerate to your fellow travelers. Do not lock doors.
How do I? Fuck. Discord. Oh, Discord. All right. Let's see. How do I? Why can't you just join? Bard, did you? How do we? Edit channel. Invite people. There we go. Ah, got it.
Step away from the platform edge when train is approaching.
Okay. Well, I sent it.
What my numbers are.
Huh. Okay.
Weird. What? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
The fuck? I'm still in your channel. What the hell?
But I couldn't hear you.
I know. But I'm watching you talk on the other channel. I'm wondering if it's because it's a locked channel for me. Oh yeah, it says voice locked for me.
Oh, that's so okay. Whatever. We're up here. We can hear each other. This is where we are. Main lobby. Got it. Okay.
Oh, apparently I am actually in the general channel.
Yes. Yeah, you're actually in the general channel. Yeah.
Yet my person thingy is down in the coffee with Tobias.
Yes. Ah. I don't know. Drop out of the channel and rejoin on general. That way we're all in the same.
Yeah.
Okay. There we go. Okay.
Little tiny Pisces.
Yeah, Pisces is already an awesome ship. I was like, oh, I wish Pisces had a larger gas tank, but it's already like almost OP.
Well, it's meant to be a snub fighter / shuttle.
Oh my god. I went to the wrong place. Oh, this place. So confusing sometimes. I should have just gone straight from the business center to the spaceport. I think there's a train that does that.
There is.
Yep.
So if you're coming out, it's the train that's on the left. Like you take the Y to the left, it'll take you to the business port or business district. Let's
Yeah,
also do
that thing.
this.
Whatever. I got super confused dealing with everything, so that's all good. I figure most people's streams are like dead air for the first like 5-10 minutes, or at least that used to be the trend. So that's fine. What are you doing? What are your plans?
Uh,
Yeah.
I went rock mining yesterday and blew up my Nomad. Was left out in the middle of nowhere in my rock.
Oh, that sucks.
No, I drove all the way back.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Like I remembered the scenery
Nice.
from flying around. Drove my rock all the way back. I had
That's
40k worth of fucking hadonite.
Oh, that's worth it. That's worth it. That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
That actually sounds like an adventure. I like that.
I'll be happy when then things have a fucking longer draw distance, because I was like, no, it's over here somewhere, but I can't see it yet. Another like 2k forward, and it finally loaded in, and I was like, yeah, I knew it was here.
Yeah, I hope they figure out how to do like just a really simplistic long distance drawing for that. Like I hope they figure out a way to do that effectively, because
Like for me, even if it's just it just loads in an exterior view.
mm-hmm. Yep. Even if it was you remember the 2-dimensional, 3-dimensional images in like Age of Empires, right?
Yeah, like
They
it
made
doesn't
them
have
look
to be fancy
3D.
until you get up
Yes.
close.
Exactly. So like if I'm at a distance of 10 or 20 or 30 kilometers, there's some bases or on some moons that have very little atmosphere. I should be able to see a thing from really far away.
Yeah.
So, and
Well,
that's
an
the
Aegis
same thing with
Vanguard.
the lights. If a moon has very little atmosphere, the lights on a landing zone should be visible from like the horizon.
Yeah.
And the fact that they're not, I will say, is one of the things. So like the fact that there's no NPC ships flying around at all. The only ones that are procedural mission generated ships, right?
Yeah.
But there's no NPCs flying around just doing everyday tasks. And everything draws in at like 10 to 12 kilometers. Those are the two things that still make this game like it still has a really long way to go for me because of those two things.
Oh yeah. Oh, have you heard of the SueStarCitizen.com website?
Oh geez.
Mm-hmm.
Oh geez, Rick.
Yep.
What? I mean,
It's a bunch of children wanting their money back, and it's like
because they made bad decisions.
people are like, I put thousands of dollars into this. It's like that's your own fucking choice, dipshit. You don't get a refund for spending money on things.
Yeah. Yeah, that's their own
Like,
bad decisions
you-
getting them into trouble because it's all contextual, right? Like spending money on Star Citizen is not a bad decision objectively. It's a bad decision at that point in your life if later on you need a refund, right? Like
Yeah.
if you're ever in a place where you're like, I need the money back from this game, then you should have never spent the money on the game. If it's a matter of principle, well, then I could definitely sit down and have a philosophical debate with someone who feels that they need to be refunded, right? That's a
Like,
different conversation entirely.
If you got somebody over here, like, I
What
just
am I
found out I
doing?
have cancer and I've got 6 months left to live and I could really use that money back to help take care of things,
Fuck.
I could
yeah.
understand that.
That's a fringe use case, though. You know, that's
Well,
an
no,
outlier
exactly.
on the graph. You
I
can't-
I could understand that, but when you're like, man, fuck, I can't pay my bills. I shouldn't have put this much money into that. Like, well,
You're right. You shouldn't have put that much
you
money
shouldn't have
into
put
it.
that much money into it then. I'm like me. I put
Ah.
I put over $5,000 into this project, and I'm
Mhm.
like, I ain't gonna be mad if it tanks because I've had an amazing experience playing as it is.
Right.
But I don't see them tanking. Like everybody's like, oh, they're gonna fail, and I'm like, I don't see it happening. I was like, if you haven't seen the fucking crowd that's willing to just throw money to keep them going,
Mm-hmm.
because they want to see this done.
Yeah. That's exactly
Like, oh,
it.
they should have had a publisher, and I'm like, no, they should not. It's like, because
Right,
that would
so
have
glad.
immediately ruined the game.
So glad they don't have a publisher. Yep.
What the fuck is that?
I have
Oh god, there's somebody named CrimeStat 5 at fucking Everest.
their name is CrimeStat 5.
No, his name is
Oh.
Free Fly Noob.
Free Fly Noob. Oh, wow.
Mhm.
That's original.
So I didn't realize that I could name the Carrick too. I hadn't named my Carrick.
Oh, okay.
I was like, oh shit, I had another ship to name, so I named that one River Styx for now.
Nice.
So I have Helm's Deep, Dawn Under Heaven, and River Styx.
Come on. Oh, server hiccup. Do I really even need to bother with this? Yeah, those do need to be changed. Let's see, Aspis, no. There. Umbrella.
I don't know, what do you want to do?
I'm just switching over some components right now, and then I will be ready to... I'm doing exploratory trade, or trade exploration. One of the two, however that works.
You're trade exploiting, what?
Right, yep, all the exploiting of the trades. I'm gonna make those carpenters feel like they were used. Alright,
Well,
no,
I've
so
got,
I'm
I've
just...
got multiple Carricks,
Sorry.
multiple Pisces,
Okay.
multiple 600 eyes.
Right, right.
I have 3 reclaimers.
We're both kind of at that level with our own accounts in our own way, right?
I don't.
I have way more ships than
I
I really feel I need. But anyways,
well, a lot of these are they're just duplicated in my account for some reason.
Mhm.
Like I don't like I have the regular Pisces, then I have 2 Pisces expeditions, and I'm like, why do I have both Pisces and then 2 of one of them?
Yeah. I would guess that with you getting all of those different account or like all those different packages, there's some mix up.
Yeah, I also have. I think it doubled everything in my Explorer pack because I have 2 Aquilas now too.
Yeah, that would line up. So
Yeah, basically everything that was in the Explorer pack besides the Origin series ones has been doubled. Well, minus the 600, it was doubled. Like my 300s and my 135 are still just single versions.
yeah. Well, so what I'm doing is I've got the Freelancer Dur because it has the ridiculous jump range and the XL1, so really fast, right?
Yeah.
And I'm only buying, I've already purchased some, but it's, and I've taken a screenshot, but I'm only buying 1 SCU of any one commodity. And everywhere that I go, I'm going to buy 1 SCU of any commodity they sell that I don't already have. I'm also
Nice.
going to take a screenshot of the buy and sell prices at each spot that I stop off. And I feel like right now we need to do this about once a week. So if we can get a ship like the Freelancer Dur, where we might be able to go and do a whole, like all of Stanton in maybe 2 or 3 servers, right? Because I feel like all that activity, jumping around, checking the buy sell of every single spot, we're going to 30K a lot of servers. But after 2 or 3 servers, all that data that we've collected, I'll be live streaming it, and we'll compile it, and with all the screenshots. Then we can go back, build a very simple data sheet from it, and I can offer a link to that in my videos and on all of the discords that we're part of as a resource for people. Because everybody, we can all debate whether or not trade is broken, but it's week to week. A background patch that we don't see because it's server side could be the thing that fixes trade, and we don't know it, and nobody tries trade again until 3.13, and it's been fixed for 3 weeks, right? Nobody knew because we just assume it all goes on a patch cycle, but we're wrong. We're literally wrong when we think that the only updates come in standard patch cycles that are announced to us. It's the developers have told us that we're wrong when we make that assumption multiple times in Spectrum. So they can and do make updates on the server side all the time. All the time. So anywho, I'm going to be super nerdy, and I'm going to figure out where the trade routes are now. If I can remember what buttons I'm supposed to push to do things.
I just realized that I have 28 size 5 Galdarine repeaters.
Yeah, I had a bunch of my repeaters. Oh, you might. You might actually have that many.
That's yeah. That's an ever living shit ton of them.
Mm-hmm. All right, and we're off. So, Everest. Yep. Headed up to Everest first. So far, I have purchased scrap and waste. Yeah, yeah, you heard me. I bought waste. And actually, I think in order to test waste, that's a different thing. So that waste, that's just there. Uh,
Hmm.
I think you have to have such a large amount of waste to see the profit margins on it that testing it in a freelancer is impossible. I think I'd need the MSR at a minimum, and I think I'd have to fill it up to,
Probably.
yeah, to see any profit margins at all. And that's all theoretical because I think as far as anybody can tell through all the testing anybody's ever done, there are no profit margins on waste.
I don't even know where you sell it.
There's a few places, but it's, you know, I don't know. It seems like it would be the most readily available, the most frequently purchased. So like it should be the easiest commodity to trade, just the lowest uh the lowest profit.
Yeah, lowest margin of profit.
Yeah. Well, and it's like not even lowest margin of profit, right? It's so much. Like you'd only make a tenth of a credit or a hundredth of a credit per unit that you sold. So it's like, maybe the margins could be high. You might be making a quarter of what you spent back every time you sell it. But if you're only making, you know, sub credit levels per transaction, yeah. So that's why it might even be a thing of waste is not going to be viable until the whole C comes in game.
Yeah, it could also come down to the fact that waste is a contract-based thing. Like places are like, hey, we need this transported to this fucking garbage site or this waste facility.
Yeah, I feel like you're right. Like maybe it was a mission at one point and then they just pulled that mission out and they don't need to pull waste out, so they didn't because they might as well leave it in until it's, re-implemented someday, and so we're just left with this useless resource for right now. Um, yeah, that very well could be it. All right. Hmm. Yep. I'm on the underside. Okay. Landing gear down. Yep. And, oh, come on. Fuck. Shit. Wrong button. So, it's, there's three different versions of the patrol that I've come up with now. And this is one of them, I guess. Right? So you've got lawful patrol, which is going through each sector, scooping up all the bounties, getting all of the halt illegal surveillance missions, like doing all of that and just sweeping through a system, completing everything that's there. Doing flybys of all the major landing zones real quick, making call outs to people in global chat as a group, right? Stopping some people that look suspicious and like basically projecting authority, right? And then the pirate patrol is the same thing, moving from planet system to planet system, completing all of the illegal missions and doing the same thing. Any major traders or any mining or exploration parties or anything that looks like there might be money, we would harass them and try and get them to pay us money. Whether that be, by telling them, hey, we're running this planetary system right now. If you don't want any trouble, you pay us a couple thousand credits right now, and the next time we see you, we're more likely to just ask you how your day's going and maybe for a couple more thousand credits. But if you don't pay us this time, next time we'll just shoot. Right? Like those sorts of things, like come up with fun interactive ways to do pirate patrols or lawful patrols that gets the entire server sort of involved. Right? Not just gameplay for our own sake, but gameplay for the server's sake, to give the server
like
life. Yeah.
There's some shit like that in Eve.
Mm-hmm.
Give me just a second. Yeah, you can basically pay a group for they're kind of like a pirate style organization, and you can pay them. I think it's like 10 million credits for the entire year, and they put your name on a list of people that they leave alone.
Mm-hmm.
However, on the other side of that, they will they'll attack people that attack you, because lawfully you're allowed to mine in those areas because they gave you authority to.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Yeah. There'll be stuff like that in this game, I'm sure. And it's because there's people like me, who are like, hey, let's get a group of people together and go do this thing and make it a thing, right? So the other part of that is when you jump onto a server, you have one guy like me. Well, actually, probably a guy more like Durzen, right? Who's like really driven and focused on their goal. Have him fly around in a freelancer dir, buying all the cargo, not all the cargo, but one of every cargo, right? Like I'm doing. And go and testing, going and testing all the buy and sell rates. And then the patrol is you've got, get everybody's caterpillars and carracks. And, people will notice if there's a steady stream of carracks and caterpillars going around, and like every time they show up, there's an organized escort, right? So they know these aren't just random guys, but it seems to be like a team of, right? So then some pirate group is going to be like, oh, you see, so like we can be the people who like liven up the servers that we join, right? Like they want quanta, we'll be the quanta until they bring it in, right? Like we'll give the reason for lawful players to band together and form a hunting party, right? Because we'll be the scourge of Hurston, right? Or something like that. And we'll give a reason for the pirates or the illegal players on a server to band together and be like, oh, those fucking, those wannabe cops running around like there's some sort of military telling people what to do, asking people to let them search their ship and stuff like that. Fuck those guys, right? Like, so then people band together as pirates. And so, yeah, I see how we could very easily be the reason that a server is like alive. Okay, so I can buy scrap here. Let's see if the prices are any different from the last spot with a screenshot, and then sell. They don't buy anything that we have. All right. Oh god, the door closed on me. Okay. All right. Oh, there's a platinum bay here. I gotta check it for parts. As the server takes a crap. Yep, and it's back.
It recovered.
Yeah, I was watching it. I was like, oh yeah, literally 0-3. It comes back in a rush. That's pretty cool. I like that. I like it that it does that now. Damn, they don't have any decent stuff here. Well, they have a Class A industrial size too, power plant, but I mean, what exactly do you need that for? Yeah, they have a really junky selection for my ships here. Let's see. Oh, I know what I should do. I should do a spreadsheet that I'm typing into, and I have that as an overlay in OBS.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that as I'm entering in the trade data, the people on the stream can see what I've found so far. I could actually do that really, like it would literally take, maybe 5 minutes to set up. If you wouldn't mind flying my ship, we could fly together. Just because it's already got the purchased goods in it.
Oh, I don't care.
Okay, that is if you even want to, you want to join me on this journey. It's going to be a bit boring. I mean, by most video game players' standards, I think, but it's gonna be good data. Am I talking you out of it?
No.
All right, Freelancer Dur is on. Wait for it. Wait for it. Had one. Oh, wow. That's fascinating. Okay, so I just watched the game do a thing, and that makes me feel better about physicalized elevators coming soon or ever.
You came over and then came up into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched you come across.
It stored me underneath your elevator until your elevator got out of the way, rather than phasing me like into it, but making me invisible to you until like or any of that sort of hand wavy nonsense. It actually, yeah, that's good. Oh man, that means you could end up with like a queue of elevator fulls of people waiting to like get onto a carrack or something. Okay, since you're flying, let's do let's do a couple of locations on Hurston. So we'll do HDMS Stanhope. Let's see, is there anything closer? Yeah, actually, let's check, if you don't mind, HDMS Edmonds. It's right next to Lorville. There we go. Oh, wow, I saw you set the route. I'm in my map.
Oh, you see where my quantum aims?
Uh-huh. Yeah, in my map, it showed me that you set a route to Edmonds and how much fuel it was going to take.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that was very cool. Again, more pieces of multi-crew, right? One patch at a time. Hmm. Yeah, the Freelancer's a pretty cool ship. I'm like looking at it from the bottom as the 8 like maneuvering slash light VTOL thrusters are keeping it like flat, right? Yeah. Yep. And sometimes this game really is just a lot. Oh, it's so good. Yeah, so let me see if I can get that spreadsheet set up. Where I have... thought I had open office.
What's up, Cisco?
Oh, why are you coming so low? Let me see. Is it this thing?
Hey, Cisco. Volume check, volume check.
Yeah, you sound fine, Tobias.
Okay. Well, I can
I
always
gotta
turn
turn you
myself
up,
down,
Cisco.
too. I've got...
All right, I'm gonna turn. Yeah, I'm gonna turn him up on my end. I did have you a little bit lower for whatever reason.
Yeah, I had you lower too. I just had to turn you way up.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember who had the ultra wide. Was it you or someone else?
It's me.
Ah, so what FOV do you use? Because like I put it, I was like, oh, I want to see what it's like maxed out in the super fisheye, like fishbowl like.
So I have mine's at 128 and mine's not fishbowled.
Hmm. You know what I mean? It's like it's,
Yeah.
and I've noticed like even
So there's a lot of time that you're gonna feel like it's fishbowled, but it's actually the camera lens. Like what you're seeing is the camera lens itself is close to an object.
okay, and I've also noticed that when I have, for example, I was at Alisar and I was near the terminals, and there was a door to like my peripheral vision basically, and it got wider if I remember correctly, and then like looking at it, and then but when I on my peripheral, but when I actually turned my head, the center point over to it, I could see the door getting narrow.
Smaller.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that was still at uh like I have it set to like 117 right now. You said you have yours set to 128.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I have a much wider screen.
No, like I got the Odyssey G9 now.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. Like
Oh,
the
nice.
like the late well, yeah, the latest one. It was made uh the manufacturing date is January of this year.
Oh yeah, you got the newer version.
Um but yeah, so like anytime I turned it up like really high, it just felt like it's almost like the sides are kind of warped a little bit, and it's a little disorientating. But at 117, it's bearable, which is where I have it right now.
So I'm at 128 and I don't really have that big of an issue with it.
How long have you been using it for?
What, 5, 6 months maybe?
All right, so I mean, the only thing I could think is maybe you've adjusted,
Well,
but
that and I think it's more the fact that it's if it is on my screen, it's really subtle compared to some other games I play that don't really support ultra wide. So they're like you look to the side and it's hella fishbowl.
yeah, like the only game that I've paid attention to so far is this game when it comes to that look. Like other games
All right, we're ready
haven't
to get out of
really.
here.
Are you inside?
Yep.
Yeah, other games like I've played some Call of Duty. I mean, it does feel a little bit awkward sometimes when especially when I'm trying to pan really quick to hit somebody with like a shotgun or something. But with Star Citizen, you got plenty of time where you're just kind of sitting still or whatever. And I would say I only have this problem when I'm on foot. Like I don't really have a problem while in the ship flying around at all. It's only when I've been in like a landing zone or something that I've felt a little off with it. Uh, Another question: do you use like tracked IR or the Tobii
No,
Eye or anything like that? I've been
no.
thinking something like that might be useful with a screen like this.
So yeah, Tobias, I can't turn the engines on or off.
Okay.
Um, so this game, are you playing it at the native resolution? Um, like what
Yeah, I'm playing on the native resolution for my screen.
is that? Was it the 5,000 and some
No,
change?
so yours is the 5000. Mine is the one below it. It's like the 3840. I can go to the 5000. It works on the resolution, but mine's the older one variant. It's designed for the lower resolution one.
So that might be the problem, or the difference between your two setups is you have a lower resolution output. So the game, the settings, all the things being set the same way yours does creates fisheye on the very outside edges of Cisco's screen because he's got the higher res, perhaps.
So I've run the game in the same resolution that his is built for because the option's there now,
Mm-hmm.
and it doesn't. I still don't get that terrible fishbowl effect.
Let me see. Let me look at Samsung 49-inch. It's probably just cool. Oh, it's the same resolution. Same native resolution. I'm looking at the CHG90, right? And
I'd have to look at it.
it has like a gray or black back.
Yeah, mine's got you got the what, the white back?
Yes.
Yeah, I've got the gray back. So that resolution wasn't an option originally.
It, let's see. Yeah, same aspect ratio. So, I see. You're right. It is looking on the Samsung website. Another website gave me different information. But yeah, 3840 by 1080.
Yep.
Okay, if you wouldn't mind setting a route to HDMS Hadley next.
I see. And
I think I'm gonna have to do some work on my PC. The fans are fucking. I can hear the fans revving up for the first time ever.
Hmm.
Huh.
Are you on an Asus motherboard by chance?
Possibly, I believe so.
Mm-hmm. They should have a tool. There's a driver that gives you a tool where you do not have to go to your BIOS to change your fan settings. AI Suite 3, depending on how new your board is.
Well, I'm thinking that I need to pull it apart and do some cleaning and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I always say that's the first thing you should do is, check if there's dust in your CPU cooler, all that stuff, right? Yeah, that's the first thing. Yep.
I wouldn't doubt that there's dust in my CPU cooler. Fucking, I just cleaned the air conditioning unit's filters.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's the shitty part about this thing is, like, it gets hella dusty in here.
Okay.
Yeah, same.
So maybe the resolution is the problem.
Well, like I said, I can switch the resolutions and I don't have an issue.
I mean, there's a different one. Let me see. There's one for 40. There's one for like $800, and there's an $900, and there's one for basically $1,100. Maybe this is the one you got. Yeah, this is probably the one you got. The one that's 1,100. Because this one is 5120 by 4. Yeah, it's the same resolution as my monitor. Yeah, because yeah, that would make more sense then.
I do prefer running at the 38 because when I run at 50, it I can't have anything on my second monitor because it just shifts it over to the main monitor.
And that's another thing. Like this, I bought this desk to make room for a case in my 2 screens, but now this monitor
Takes up the whole desk.
it takes up the whole freaking desk, and this is like 70 inches uh long or whatever. It's not a small freaking desk, and it's definitely wide enough. Like I think it's like 36 inches or whatever. So now I'm gonna I have to take part of in order to use the second monitor. I'm gonna have to take part of my old desk and kind of throw it on the side. I could, if I use not HDMI, 2 DisplayPort cables, do like a split it in half, but that kind of defeats the purpose. Yeah, this is the same HDR 1000 QLED. So yeah, I'm pretty sure this stepped up model is the one you got, because it would make sense as far as your resolution goes. When another question, when you were doing the Discord stream, were you doing it at source or the 1080p option?
So mine's at source. It's just the 720p. I don't have the 1080p option when streaming it. Or I don't have the 1080p or the source option because I don't have Nitro.
Mm-hmm.
So mine just streams at 720.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I can hear my fans going nuts. Hey, turn that back on.
Right.
Oh yeah, I think it's time to give my PC a break
Oh,
and clean it out.
that sounds like heat problems. Yep.
Yeah, I just pulled up my core temp and these things are shooting up into the 90s.
Oh, dude. Yeah, take care of that. Take care of that.
Yeah. Let me get out of this fucking seat. So you can have your thing.
Oh yeah, I need to get into my ship. Okay. Oh, aluminum 1.1 AUAC, corundum 2.3 AUEC. At HDMS. What are we at?
The minute. The minute I turn the fucking game off, they're immediately down into the low 50s.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a blower or canned air or anything like that?
I'm pretty sure I do. Hey, hun, can you see if there's still some canned air up there?
Yeah, like I
I have to move a bunch of shit around so I can actually pull it out of its corner and put it up on the desk. Yeah, I do. Got a full can of fucking canned air.
yeah, I bought a freaking blower. It works good, but the only thing is, uh, you want to put something to like stop the fans from spinning on.
Spinning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, well, I will be back later. I'm gonna go do some PC cleaning.
All right, sounds good, man. Well, I hope everything works out all right. I always enjoy
Oh,
pulling my PC apart, so I hope you do too.
oh yeah. Alright, I'll see you guys later.
All right, man.
See you later. I enjoy building it, but I don't enjoy pulling it apart. Like, I when I build a PC, it's usually I spend one day getting it 90% there the way I want it to look,
Mm-hmm.
and then the next week or so getting it like 0.5 better, zero point 0.5 until I have it just right. It's like I have to get it like neat. Like cable management, like my
Mm-hmm.
case needs to look pretty on the inside.
I
This
feel
is
you.
what I'm gonna be looking, which I can't really see it now because of this gigantic monitor on my desk. So it's like it's kind of blocked now. I'm a little blown about that. Now, what if, see, because I don't want to do that again. Because with my old desk, my main monitor was not like, it was like on a corner. So it was, hold on. Too late. Not that I wanted to go earlier anyway. Um,
Damn. Sorry, sometimes the scenery in this game just fucking takes my breath away, man.
I definitely understand. I took a really nice screenshot outside of one of the rest stops with this cloud tech they got going on.
Mm-hmm.
Can get kind of breathtaking, I'll admit.
Yep.
I just what I go on Reddit and I see people post or whatever, and I kind of hate the post where it's like, oh, I, I kind of forgot how big the 600i is. I'm like, really? You really?
Did you forget how big the 600i was?
Yeah, yeah. Did you really? And then like me, yeah. I mean, on the outside, yeah, it's kind of it's not necessarily small, but I'm a big ship captain. Like it's smaller, definitely smaller than the Carrack, definitely smaller than the Hammerhead, definitely smaller than the C2. Uh, you know what I mean? So like I'm
Mm-hmm.
impressed for all, but you know, never. And I move on to bigger and better ships. 'Cause, that ship doesn't really have a purpose. Good firepower, but good luck getting the guns to bear on a target.
Yeah.
I've given that ship 2 chances. I'm
I'm
good.
I'm flying through an area of Hurston right now where I just realized it would be extremely difficult to drive vehicles around in here.
It's just super dense.
Yeah, really, really dense rocks. Like some of the mountains are made entirely out of rock textures.
Hmm.
There's no ground. in between the rock textures on some of these. And so this is one of those places where if you had a base, you would know that you would see the ship coming in before anybody could attack you, because there's no way anybody could come from anything further than maybe 10 kilometers out on the ground.
Yeah.
I mean, not realistically. I think you might be able to, but God, it would take forever. You'd have to fly.
Yep.
You'd have to drive so delicately and have to drive around a ton of obstacles the whole time.
You know, I was thinking about that. It would be really cool if you can have like a mountain base, like a base on this, or a home on the side of a mountain. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Definitely. I'm just flying down. I got distracted, so now I'm doing exploration.
To interrupt you,
Hello.
are you doing something interesting or something what you have to be alone, or can you jump up to us into the lobby?
Oh yeah, I could come up to you guys. I was mostly just down here because I'm not doing combat, so I didn't want to muck up your guys' comms. I went over and hung out with synchronizers for a bit too, and they had the same thing going on. So I'm doing
Yeah.
a
Oh.
trade.
And I was asking questions of Twitchy Virus because he has a similar monitor to mine, and I was trying to
Let's
see
just
what's.
jump up, everyone together, so you can talk at because nobody else is there talking
Oh, okay.
except of me and Dirzen, so I'm not very
Are you
active.
bored?
But
I
because
gotcha.
no, I got just gonna be maybe for 15 minutes here, and then I'm gonna be offline. Dirzen's gonna be alone. That don't want that.
Oh yeah, yeah. If Durzen's the only one up there,
Yeah.
of course, of course.
Yeah, let's go up.
Yeah.
We're back.
There we go. Oh yeah, I tried to do the coffee with Tobias thing too, like move down to that channel with somebody, and it didn't work, so we're gonna have to do some practice on that. I probably just don't know how to use it correctly, so. Because, yeah, I'm streaming on YouTube right now, and I'm doing trade exploration, or exploratory trade, I should say. Right now, I'm literally just doing exploration, which is silly, but...
Can we join you?
Of course. Of course.
No, screw you guys.
Right? Right? Like, nah, I hate community. People suck.
Like,
Yeah, I don't come on Discord
I
to
will
talk
wait
to
here in
people.
prison.
No, don't wait in prison, man. Just mine 2 rocks and you're ready.
is that working correctly again?
I should take a shower anyway.
Alright, then wait in prison.
Don't drop the soap. Yeah. That was easy. That was a low hanging fruit comment.
It
That
was.
was too easy.
No, I will not.
I'm gonna try and come in for a nice mellow landing here. And oh, is it gonna are we gonna slow down? Yeah. There we go. Wasn't so mellow, but it was a landing.
Huh. Yes, that shit slides kind of easily across the ground.
Which ship?
No, Des.
Oh. Real life.
I'm
Real life
moving.
stuff.
Yeah, yeah. I'm moving my desk over a little bit in hopes I can get a part of my old desk over there, in that corner.
Oh yeah, you've seen
It
my
kinda
Frankenstein setup. Yep.
Yeah, it kind of sucks not having a second monitor. And I don't know how this computer is gonna deal with that, honestly, because I guess, I mean, technically it'd be like I have 3 27-inch monitors now.
Yeah. Yeah, I was looking at just buying a second graphics card. Like, I just get another RX 580 because they're cheap and available still. I mean, relatively, right? And
Yeah.
use that to power a second and third low res monitor. Like, that's not the game, right? Like, I was thinking, yeah. So with doing the stream and everything, but with you, like, you've already got a top of the line graphics card, right? So it's kind of painful to think of adding a second one to the system.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't think I need one.
Right.
It's I've never had a monitor like this, so I don't know if there would be any adverse stuff with it.
I'm searching a second 6900 XT.
Uh, What's
I would
what
like
for?
uh game
Sick.
stuff, you know.
Game stuff.
Yeah, I'm playing in 5K.
Like, that's not even a supported resolution. You're like,
Oh yes, it
like,
is.
I'm gonna do it
Actually.
anyways. I'm teasing. I'm sure it is. I'm too much of a pleb to know about it, right?
What resolution are you talking about? Like, is it
That's 5,000 something x 4,000 something or 3,000 something.
okay? Yeah.
So like
Um.
the next level of 4K.
Yeah.
Oh, so like 1440 was to 1080, right? It was like the slight upgrade.
Yeah. That's what it sounds like.
The difference between a gamer and a Photoshop editor used to be 1080p or 1440p, right? So now it'd be like 4K versus 5K.
Oh, we are on our way already to 8K, guys. This is the sixth thing.
Yeah, I'm
In
definitely not about to get anything like that. No time
Not
soon.
in the next 10 years.
Yeah,
Maybe in
you
10
can.
years.
Yeah. I mean, you can buy 8K TVs.
Yeah, they're about expensive.
Nah, I'm talking about like with
Widespread
myself.
support, though, is a different matter.
Yeah, like it's very difficult to find content, and it's easy to see that like even with weird resolutions like this. I keep
To be
forgetting
honest,
what the
I
resolution
think
of this monitor. This monitor is like 51 something by 1440, and I can't. Well, I haven't seen any video on say YouTube, even if YouTube supports it. I don't know if it does. That uh, has that resolution. Doing the math, like the monitor that I have is a step below 4K. Like I think 4K is 8.2 million pixels, and this is
no, YouTube supports I think up to 8K.
yeah. But as far as my screen goes, like it doesn't go, it doesn't cover the full. Well, maybe if I was to find an 8K video, it'll cover the full screen. I don't know.
The next step for me is to start streaming in 1440p HDR. HDR
See,
is a lot of work.
now you're talking about streaming, but for all intents and purposes, the encoder for the NVIDIA cards, smokes the AMD cards. Why are you going for AMD?
That's not the case anymore. I can stream in 4K with the AMD tool without problems.
Yeah, I mean, without problems, yeah, it will stream. You can do the recording and all that stuff. Yes, but
Play and stream. Play and
no,
stream.
I'm. Let me finish.
All right.
From what I've seen with the reviews, like of that encoder that's available on the AMD side is just not as good as far as the quality, the output that you get versus uh versus the
I saw
NVENC
that
encoder.
on I think it was on Linus or it was on James stream. I don't know. Jay's 2 cents. I don't know. Some of these guys mentioned that. I saw that review and I saw that quality. The case is that they're improving all the time the encoder and it's getting through every update better and it is
Ooh.
already very, very good.
Wait. Everything you said after Linus, I did not hear.
Oh,
I was moving. I was putting my
so
desk.
basically,
I was moving the desk into position, and it knocked out the USB cable for the headphone receiver.
Oh.
So yeah,
oh no.
yeah.
So
But
basically, I saw that reviews. I think it was also from that Cyberpunk game. The thing is, they're improving the encoder every update, so it's almost in a very, very good quality. And I streamed in 4K Star Citizen, and it worked really, really good out. The thing is that they are so like constantly working on that, and with the new ray tracing thing, it's gonna be even better. But we have to wait for that. So I gone basically with AMD one case. I wanna have AMD CPU, Dark Hero motherboard, and the 6900 XT. And this mix is so powerful, man. You have no idea.
I mean, I do
This
have
is
an
like
idea.
smoking
Yeah,
everything up.
yeah. I mean, I definitely have an idea. Like, I'm definitely got a one percenter type PC myself. You ain't telling me nothing I don't already know. Like, I got a 3090. I have an AMD CPU, the 5900X. I did not splurge for the 5950X. I got 64 gigs of RAM. I got
Yeah.
Samsung 890 Pro. Like I'm
Unfortunately, I also didn't got the 5900X. I didn't got it. I go for the 5950X, and it's a really cool CPU, man. I
yeah.
deactivated SMT. Don't need SMT, man, for Star Citizen.
Oh,
um,
you talking about on the 5950X?
50. Yeah. To
Yeah,
have the
yeah.
real 16 cores, and I overclocked the shit out of it to 5.1.
Nice.
It's but as soon as I enable SMT, it's not even booting, you know. So SMT has,
Yeah,
yeah,
cause it, yeah,
SMT has constantly be disabled, otherwise it will just overheat at the start already.
yeah. I think
Yeah,
hearing you say that, like if I had the 16 core, like I might just do something similar. Like I might just disable
yeah,
SM.
yeah. You know, like you know, why? Because real cores are always faster than hyper-threaded cores,
Yeah,
because they don't have these collisions and they're not producing that much of heat and they can run at the higher clocks.
yeah. You're right. You're right.
But I wanna basically I wanna go for the 5900X because it has the 8 cores like for Star Citizen. It doesn't and it the rest would be for streaming, the rest cores. So
So
also don't
you're
get
saying the
wrong.
5800 or the
The
59? Because
59
the
the
59
59
has 12
yeah, I
cores.
know. The 8 cores for Star Citizen, what Star Citizen is basically also utilizing, basically,
Yeah.
and the rest of that would be for streaming and for browsing. You know, like all the other stuff. You don't need of much of power for that. It's only 4 cores. I mean,
I mean, you're probably. Yeah, I mean, I would say you're right, but I mean, I mean, if I had a choice between those two processes and I was trying to do what you're doing, I think you got the right processors.
Yeah,
Basically, what
but
I'm
it was
saying.
expensive. I will always go with MSRP, and MSRP wise, it was not wise from my side to get the 5950X because of the MSRP and how much you get, how much you pay.
Well,
But
if it
those times,
pains you so much to have that processor, send it my way, and I'll send you a 5900X.
no, of course. I mean,
He goes,
with the
no.
5900X, I had already it in my in order for 3.5 months. It was in my order. Uh,
uh,
they didn't send it to me. The 5900X. It was for 549 euros. 549. Can you imagine that? So, and I
yeah.
waited and waited and waited and waited, and one day they canceled it.
Ah, that sucks.
That sucks. And then I just in that moment I was really upset, and I catched on the other side. In that moment, they updated their site for the 5950X for $1,000 euros.
Oh, yeah, that's way overpriced.
Fuck.
1,000. It's okay. 1,000 is okay.
No, no, because the euro value for the 5900X, yeah, the euro is worth more, but it was the same, number amount. It was, five
Yeah,
oh, it was 549 here in the States as well.
we have
But
VAT 20%. Don't forget that.
yeah, yeah, I'm tracking that. Um,
Mm.
but but still, that was the same volume amount. But if you go and plus that up to the price of the 79 or the 5900X, 5950X, mm,
Yeah.
it doesn't seem as though you should not have spent 1,000 on that
Yeah, I
processor.
know. I know. But but it's a lot more worth now at the moment. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's how
I
it
mean,
is. So I just got rid of my pain. Having all those parts at home and not can't use it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, like in your situation, I wouldn't be hating at all. Like
Mm,
your system is running, like you
Mhm.
got the fastest one available for that platform. Like,
yeah,
y-
yeah. I mean now it's yeah, it's just like I will be not happy on that day when once Intel release their new CPU, the 11,900K, because it will be the day where I will face the truth that the 5900 that my CPU is not that fast as the new Intel CPU, but I'm gonna also be facing that through that it has less cores, so it will not operate that stable as like my processor. This is for sure. It has also heat problems issues, and also it's on the limit. It's
yeah.
really on the limit.
So I
So we have to
saw,
wait at least 1 year until we get something from Intel. The 1200, 900K I'm thinking about.
yeah, and like I'm not really too concerned about the Rocket Lake Intel CPUs. Uh, like they did a review. Was it Gamers Nexus? They went out and bought the processor and pretty thorough with his reviews. And I haven't looked at the whole thing yet, but there were plenty of benchmarks where it was still slower than in some games at lower resolutions, still slower than the uh, AMD CPUs. And there was one game where it lost out to a freaking 5600X. Like
Oh my
so
god.
so this was the i7, right? The
Yeah, yeah.
i9 has the same amount of cores, just a higher clock speed. So is that going to really make that much of a difference? I'm not seeing it. Uh,
True.
but as far as like upgrading, like in the future, whether it's whichever, I forgot the name that they're coming out with the 12 series or whatever they call it. You know,
Mhm.
I'm not gonna upgrade and probably until DDR5
Well,
is
that's a
out
good decision.
and the prices are reasonable. Because once DDR5 comes out, yeah, it's gonna be pretty damn expensive.
I don't think so. I think once DDR5 drops, because the technology is already around us, and I think
Well, I mean,
they're gonna flood the market.
the pattern of memory releases, like going from DDR2 to 3, 3 to 4, like what ends up happening is, just going off of the history, the price from the new stuff is high. Then there's an equilibrium, and then as they stop producing the old stuff, the price of that goes up a bit, and the price of the newer stuff goes down.
Oh, I remember. Cargo's over here. Aha.
I'm gonna mute the mic for a second. I'm about to use this vacuum.
Oh, here, why don't I stream at 2 places and really try to fucking melt my computer?
No, don't melt it.
I'm pushing it to its limit today. I don't have any cooling.
Why I don't have any cooling?
I mean, I don't have any outside air coming in, so I'm using just like ambient room temperature air and seeing how well my cooling system can actually handle me not like... I was basically letting my coolers cheat by having like 15 degrees Celsius air come into them, you know? So, I'm doing a real baseline test today.
Wow.
So, yep. Since playing Star Citizen and streaming through OBS to YouTube is not enough to throttle past... I'm trying to see if I can throttle my CPU down past the 4,000 megahertz mark.
Nice.
That would be the sign, right? Because like 3900 or 3700X stock should be able, like, even with a Wraith cooler, should be able to clock up to like 41, maybe 42 pretty consistently. I can clock up to 45 right now with everything I've got, but not for more than like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So, and if I force the clocks, I can go up to 4600, but I'm not stable for more than like 30 minutes. I figure though, for a 3700X on a 3700X on an air cooler to be able to clock up to 4600 gigs, or megs? Fuck, too many numbers today.
4600 megahertz.
Yeah, I feel like that's pretty decent, right?
It is.
Yeah, so if thermal throttling it, if I can push my system hard enough to throttle it below 4000, I feel like that'll give me sort of both sides of my benchmark that I need, right?
Benchmark, I'm a little, what I miss.
Oh, well, you know, I mean, I could probably just use some, like, there's all these things that people use. I've heard of, like, what is it, 3D Mark and all the other things. And for me, I'm more concerned not with how my computer stacks up against other people's computers, but more like, how well does my computer perform in the given environment it's in? So for that, basically just, if I stress the computer as much as possible, how long does it take my throttle, or to take my cores below 4000 megahertz?
Well, I mean, you really don't want to do that.
Oh, well,
I mean,
feel free to explain why. You know.
Well, I mean, when you're throttling your machine, that is your machine actively trying to protect itself. You know, when do you need protection? When you're in danger. So, I mean, yeah, it's fine to test it, but you don't want to run into a situation. I mean, throttling is a tool that, yes, that the computer is using to help protect itself. So when it throttles, that's a good thing, because your computer is saying, "Hey, I don't want to die," you know. But you know, I wouldn't necessarily. It's not something. How can I put this? I would do everything in my power to prevent it throttling, from having to throttle, I should say.
Correct.
So,
yeah, totally. I got you. Well, so here's my sort of conundrum then. The 3900X, sorry, dang it, I keep doing that. The 3700X it's got the auto overclock, so it's gonna like the auto boost or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when I say throttle, I'm saying soft throttle, right? Where the boost clocks come back down below where they should be, or where it like wants to be. Um, so I don't know if that's the same thing as like your system actually throttling, which is like if you were to force, I know what that means. That's like to force your clocks up to a certain point, and then after like a certain number of minutes or seconds, it can no longer hold that clock rate.
Yeah.
Right. And so then it actually starts throttling itself out of safety. So I'm not sure how similar those two things are. Is the 3700X always pushing itself to that upper safe limit?
All of the Ryzen 3000, 5000 series, yes, it's constantly trying to max itself out within its thermal window, like how, because it'll push as long as the temperature is fine, it'll push itself uh higher. So yeah, I don't even remember what the 3700X was. That 4.5 gigahertz it was rated for, like stock turbo.
Oh,
And you
I'm
saying
sorry.
you
Which one was it? 3600. Yeah, the 30.
37 the 3700X, like it's stock turbo, wasn't that 4.5 gigahertz?
I don't
I think.
think the turbo is that high. I think it might be 4.2 or 4.3, but I'm not sure. I know the base clock is 36.
Yeah, let's see. 3700X, because I know maybe it's slower than that. 3.6, oh, 4.4 max.
4.4 max. Okay. Well,
Yeah,
that's
because it's
crazy. So
like,
I can push past that easily.
yeah, and that's because your cooling and your power delivery is sufficient.
Excellent.
So
Okay.
it's already boosting up. Now you do like what Justify is doing, start disabling uh, SMT and things of that sort. You could possibly get it higher, but you're gonna lose threads. And like with yours, I wouldn't necessarily want to do that.
Mhm.
If you're streaming and doing all sorts of
Yeah.
uh,
Now, my only
stuff.
concern is I still have that one CCD stuck at 204 Celsius, and I can't figure out why. I think it's a misreading just with Open Hardware Monitor.
Yeah, it's definitely. I would get a, use a different piece of software because
Okay.
like I've had like my 3900X. I wasn't the 5900X. It almost fried because my hold on a second.
Mhm.
Yeah, you're doing wrong. Put that down. And
I love kids. The chaos they create.
hold on a second.
Mm. Cultural supplies. Okay.
All right. What was I saying?
We were talking about
I know we like
temperatures
the
and
temperature. Oh, so my old cooler, the pump died, and it doesn't tell you when that happens. At least not with the old cooler I had. And all of a sudden, my temperature started ramping up, and I was like, I wonder what will happen once it reaches 100 C, and the computer shut off. Phew.
yeah.
So at 100 C, it shut off. I definitely think at 204, whatever you said, yeah, it probably would explode. So yeah, I would say probably reading you're getting.
Yeah,
Just looking
let's see.
for
Well,
a
this is
extra display port cable.
I'm like, oh, so 4300. There is something fishy going on with my numbers.
What
So,
did you notice?
Well, I'm digging through to see what actual temperature that was that reached. Something is saying it reached 75 degrees. Something else is saying it is like nearly 80. Ah, okay, that one right there. Again, this is all open hardware monitor. If you have a recommendation for a more like astute sensor monitor, that'd be great.
Hardware info.
Yep, that's. I was trying to
Hardware
remember the
info.
name.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I don't even have it installed right now because I reinstalled Windows and I forgot to do that. But yeah, I was using that one.
It's a good one.
Let's see if I take this out to 2 hours. Oh wow, I've been.
All right. Let's see. Can this will make it, but I'm gonna have to. Kind of sucks.
Do a 3-hour window? Nope, I need longer. 4, 6 hour. Yeah, okay. Let's do this. I'm gonna take a screenshot of this real quick for you.
Okay.
It might.
I'm behind my monitor at the moment.
Oh, you're all right.
If I got you.
Yeah, you might have something different to say when you see my numbers. I'm not sure what's going on, but I definitely feel like I need to use a different hardware monitor. Let's see, screenshot. There we go.
And the one that was, yeah, that one that we said, it's free and it works great.
Let's see.
All right.
Oh, I'll put this in PC hardware. That way it doesn't muck up the gallery.
Put this monitor back in business.
There you go. So that's a 6-hour 6-hour graph there.
All right. See what I'm looking at. Monitor did not even cut on. Interesting.
My main concern is that it does say right now regular temperatures on a bunch of those CCDs. At the same time, it says that the max temperature reached in the last, like 6-hour period on 4, 5, no, 4 or 5 of them. It shows that 5 of the cores reached 204.9 degrees C. It's always that number though, so yeah, that's got to be a fault, like a numbers fault in the program. Okay, all right, I'm gonna stop obsessing over it. I will literally just install the monitor that you guys mentioned. Hardware. Oh shit, what was it called? Hardware
Info. Hardware info.
hardware info?
Don't time out, man.
Oh. Nah. Okay. Also we can get going to a place. Okay, so I think we took a screenshot of that. If not, that sucks. We will get on to the next spot. I think we're at Lathan right now, so we'll go to.
I'm gonna
Aztec,
restart my
that's the
computer.
next.
Back.
All right.
Welcome back.
Party invite.
I guess I can do that.
I think you need to do that, yeah.
Oh, the friends list is none of the frames.
In.
Oh, I don't need this again. I need to. Excellent.
I had this HDMI cable in a bag, completely brand new. It doesn't seem to work. Or that's a HDMI DisplayPort cable.
Oof.
No. 204C. That's funny.
Yeah, you see those?
Yeah, that's the system would shut off at 100. So
Right. Like I've got all. Yeah, exactly. So I was like, oh. But my concern was that like maybe it's the sensor faulting out. Like if I got, I was worried that I did something wrong, like got putty on one of the little pins or anything like that, right? That could cause one of those issues. But in my experience, those sorts of issues, if it was caused by anything I had done, they lead to like further instabilities pretty quickly in the system.
yeah.
So the fact that there hasn't been any really severe issues, I'm probably all right. This was the first high-end motherboard I had ever owned, and the first motherboard rebuild I had done in a decade. So I was very stressed about it. But mostly thanks to you guys, I got through it, like mostly stress-free and everything. So, fuck yeah.
Nice.
Thanks, guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were
Right
multiple
now,
times where I
I'm-
jumped into Discord and was like, fuck, 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 I think I broke it. And you guys were like, no, calm down. So,
Here we go.
I'm actually running through some little troubleshooting issues myself. I think it's a bad cable. It just sounds silly to me because it was brand new. But I bought it probably like a year or so ago, so never actually used it.
I was gonna say it's one of those 1 in 1,000 things, right? Just coming off the factory line, there's a probability it's gonna be. Yep.
Sucks. I'll have to order it. It's the only 10-foot one that I have too. That really sucks.
Ooh, yeah, that becomes a problem.
Yeah. If it was HDMI, I could just. I haven't. Well, I have plenty of HDMI cables, but I could just extend it. Pretty sure that was the only one of those 10-foot cables I had left. It sucks. Like I have a bunch of like HDMI cables laying around, but not really with the. At least no long DisplayPort cables.
Hmm.
Except for that one. As far as I know. Yeah, this is new in a pack. Fancy that. I thought I bought two, and I was like, I must have opened and did something with it.
Found it.
Same, yeah, found it.
That's slick.
Yeah. Like me, it's funny. Like people like, oh, I got hard drives laying around. I got this laying around. It's like I have an NVMe drive laying around. Like I got one on my desk right now.
You got
A
fucking NVMe
970.
drive.
Yeah, a 970 Pro at that. Like what was a top end drive? It's just on my
Oh.
desk.
What was a top end drive? Well, shit. How long ago was it a top end drive? That's what I just bought.
And, well, it's a top end PCI Gen 3 drive, so it's fine.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not crapping on the drive, but like the motherboard, your motherboard supports PCI Gen 4. Will you notice the difference? No, I didn't.
See. Okay.
When I switched it out, so you got nothing to fear.
Mostly it'll mean that when it's more convenient to get a PCIe 4 because of supply, then my board is ready for it and I don't have to buy a new motherboard because new parts are easier to get a hold of than yeah. So like basically what I did is I future proofed my next build like 5 or 6 years from now. So
the only reason why I upgraded was on my American Express card. They had they have like offers on like the gold and platinum card where you add the offer to your card and you get like a discount or offer or something. So in this case, it was spend 100, get 100 back at Dell. And I was like, oh, there's nothing really I want to buy at Dell. I thought, oh, I wonder if they have NVMe drives, 980 Pro. And sure enough, they had it on there for 229. It's like, oh, let's shoot.
oh
Take this
shit.
event.
Wow, dude, I paid 80
Yeah.
for a 970 Evo Pro.
Yeah. So it was great deal. Yeah, I think I remember we when you was trying to, you was still on a hard drive at one point. We was like, yeah, man, get an NVMe drive.
Yeah, well, I've been on an SSD and a hard drive, and the NVMe is for a couple of different things. And then actually, I need to get another SSD now. And with how much I've been recording lately, probably another hard drive too, just for raw, like just pure storage, right? So, but I think the NVMe sort of rounds out my system's capabilities and also allows me to use, I think it lets me use RAM cache 3. but I'm not sure how that works yet. I'm still looking into that.
I think that's with your RAM itself.
Oh, okay, so that is an actual RAM thing. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I know there's some nifty thing that the NVMe does that I have not even touched on yet. So like I'm not even utilizing half of what my drive is for, I think.
Yeah, I mean, like if you're using it, as long as it's your freaking boot drive, I mean, you're using it just right, in my opinion. Um, anything RAM drive related, like with the AMD motherboards or any motherboard, it's usually dealing with RAM, using it as trying to use it as a non-volatile storage.
Okay.
Hold on a second. I'm gonna test this cable again, see if maybe I jack something up.
And Tobias is using it already. It's a RAM drive. His RAMs.
Yeah. Yeah, Justify had me set up the
He's
RAM cache string.
accelerating his all his other drives with that, so it should be a decent speed already.
Mm-hmm.
You saying your the RAM of your as a cache?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, so,
I have plenty of RAM for my system. Like I've got overhead, so it works,
yeah,
right? I've got 32 gigs, which is more than my system utilizes. I think the only thing I can really do to make like the only reasonable upgrade, and I haven't looked at the price, would be RAM now, because graphics card upgrade is like out of the question this
yeah,
foreseeable
it's
future.
nigh
Yeah,
impossible right now.
yeah, like it's just like I said, out of the question, right? Like who
Freaking
even thinks about
sucks.
a graphics card update today, right? Yeah.
Oh, early
So
it's crazy. Like you would think it would get easier as time has gone on, but it's actually gotten harder to get a graphics card.
yeah.
Like I've had in my possession, I've had two 3080s at one point. I've had two 3090s, and I had one on the way that I canceled. I have had no such luck since uh, what was it? Like the beginning of the year? Not was it the beginning of the year? Yeah, the beginning of the year with graphics cards purchasing them. Been bad. So
that
I definitely see the issue with the way things are currently.
here and okay, I'm done with Ariel. Moving on to Aberdeen.
But my goal is to get another card to have a mining rig permanently running. Because as it stands now with my main machine, when I'm not playing a game, it's mining,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to play games. And if I'm looking at the profit, whatever, per day, and it's like, as I said, you kind of feel a certain type of way if you're basically taking money out your pocket
Yep.
by playing a game. So,
Oh yeah, yeah. If if my machine could make any decent money, um, I would have it hooked up. But um, I've been looking around for the programs, and I haven't done research in a few weeks. So I tried out a couple of things and became very wary of a couple of different programs. So I don't know if you have any recommendations. I've got open ears. But
I mean, are you talking about for mining?
yeah, I'd been trying to set up a couple of mining rigs. I'm in Seattle, so if and I'm in a basement, so if I can pipe in cold air, I can literally just get better thermal um, performance than
So
most
you
other
got,
people in that situation. I figured I had an advantage and I should utilize
yeah,
it. That's all.
yeah. Um, you got an AMD card, right?
Mm-hmm.
You could just use nice hash. Be straight. The nice hash quick miner, the algorithm that it uses is really good with NVIDIA GPUs, but the standard miner, nice hash, it you can get different algorithms that work good with different uh, GPUs. What did this cut off?
Yeah, because there's some
Um,
balancing to do, right? Everybody's system needs to be sort of tapped into a little bit differently, from what I understand.
yeah.
Yeah, like it could even
Um,
be fun for me. Like aside from anything else, I just kind of dig doing that kind of stuff, like those sorts of optimizations on systems. So yeah, right on.
just the same cable.
I'll check that
Okay,
out then.
that one got tossed, thrown away. You got to. Is it in there? Okay. Yeah, that's crazy. A brand new cable and it's just DOA. Ah, this is actually kind of cool. I could put freaking Discord on that monitor. There we go. Discord, this is your new home. You're not. Oh, I need to orientate this correctly. Hold on a second. Yeah, Discord on its own monitor. That is great.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. I'd had a similar idea. So, and that's the other thing. I'm gonna end up having multiple GPUs, a streaming setup, and all this hardcore hardware for what I do for a quarter of the day. So what about like the time that I'm sleeping and all the time that I'm gonna be like, like all that time, my computer could be doing work for someone else, getting
Yeah.
paid for me to do it. So yeah, fuck yeah.
Uh,
I just wasn't
so
making
that's a good
enough
point.
off of those medical calculations, man. It was, like $5, $6 a month.
Oh yeah,
Like,
that's freaking. That's boo boo.
yeah, yeah. Like, well, and the problem is I ran some tests and I could make that same amount of money off of a system from 12 years ago.
Yeah.
So I
I
did.
mean,
Like, so now that
yeah.
machine is just doing its thing for the same amount of money. It's
All right.
ridiculous.
Let's don't. Sometimes I hate this app. I want to calculate my hash. Um, nice hash calculator. Let's see. All right. So let's see what we got. I don't think it's gonna be much. You got a 580, right? 8 gig.
Yeah, the 8 gig variant. Yeah.
Gonna be too much. So, well, you said you was making what, $5 a month?
Yep, just about.
Yeah, you can make about $2.50 a day,
Yeah. Okay.
depending on your
That's
power.
much better.
Depending on your power cost too, like how much power per kilowatt
That's
hour.
that's the thing. I'm in a unique position where electricity in Washington state is extremely cheap. Like nationwide and globally speaking, Washington's got some of the cheapest electricity in the world. And we have cold air available for 70% of the year just by opening a window. So like it's just so many reasons. I was like, I bet I could push the efficiency of a mining system really well here. And that's the thing that I love obsessing over heat efficiency. So I was like, dude, this is the perfect project for me. And then it's really just taken me way too long to get it off the ground now. So,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But
Now,
I'll check out Nice Hash. That'll be a cool place to start. Yeah.
you throw in your CPU, which isn't gonna make much, but it'll add to that total.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, almost $3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, depending on your power cost, because uh, that's at. See, I'm not sure how I'm reading this. Point with value is this electricity cost? Is this saying 1 cent, 1 cent per kilowatt hour? Like, I'm not sure. Me, I pay freaking zero where I'm at, so I don't really have to worry about that. And at $0, it's with your setup, I would be making $3.52 a day.
Not bad. Not bad.
So
And then I'm going to guess that internet connectivity, all of the various things surrounding internet connectivity, if you happen to be in a favorable spot, that's also like a thing within the mining networks, right?
I mean, like, I haven't heard that. I'm not too much into the weeds as far as like if the internet matters. Like, I don't think it uses a whole lot of bandwidth. Um,
Mm-hmm.
when my internet connection had act up for a bit, I did tether off of my phone just to keep it running, and I didn't have any issues with that.
Oh, so it
So
doesn't care. Okay, that's great.
yeah, as
I
long
mean,
as you
well,
got
it
the
is good and it
bandwidth,
isn't.
yeah,
I was going to say it's
yeah, as long as you,
actually, I had an advantage and I was getting paid more through the medical calculations because I was so close to one of their data hubs, one of their data hubs
hmm
being in Seattle. So I was getting paid like, I think somewhere close to 30% more than the average rate.
Oh, okay.
It's still like a significant advantage. So I was like, okay, well, if there's also that advantage for Bitcoin, like we're just stacking it up, right? Or not Bitcoin, but you know what I mean, crypto.
Yeah.
Um, so
Yes. So I believe with this, I mean, I don't know which algorithm. Well, no, it says it right here, Hashimoto, Dagger Hashimoto. So yeah, technically you'll be mining Ethereum
hmm,
and then Random X Monero, where you're on the CPU. Those two algorithms,
okay.
from the looks of it.
Yeah, because if I can validate this location um, to a couple of different people, then I might get a few people on board with me to buy some ASIC machines.
And
Um,
power consumption on those is pretty significant.
yeah, yeah, I understand,
So
but I mean, I know how to do all that stuff. I know how to build electrical systems, and I have a friend, well, quite a few friends that know it way better than I do, even. So, um,
got it.
yeah, yeah, I figure like I've got all the research. It's yeah, it's one of those things. If I can pull it off, I think it could become really profitable
Is there
because
an
the location
exercise
I'm in.
bike that can power a PC?
I could make one.
Uh,
That's a wave of a hand. That's 19th century tech. Basically, you can actually buy all the parts you'd need on the internet. You just need a basic DC inverter, and then like some sort of phase controller, and then a battery. Actually, the battery could be your phase controller if you did it right. So,
there
like,
was a
yeah.
video on YouTube where a guy he they did an experiment. I don't want to say experiment, but they wanted to see if he could power a toaster, and he did. But it was a pretty significant workout, and this dude was, I don't know if he was Olympic level, but he was definitely a professional. Uh,
The type that
uh
wears tight clothing when he goes
y-
bicycling.
yes,
Right.
yeah, he didn't have pencil legs. His legs were like he definitely trains to do it, and I
Mhm.
was like, huh, wow, like
Yeah.
didn't think it would be that difficult riding a bike, but it looked like it was to him.
Yeah. I will say I've seen a couple of those and oh man, I'm just that guy where I'm just like, "Oh, I could have done it better." Probably not. I'm going to say I probably could not have done it better. But if they were to utilize a flywheel, they would increase the efficiency of any of those bicycle driven systems. And ancient people knew this. Mills were not powered by a mule walking in a circle. The mills were powered by a mule that had, with the help of either several other mules or the entire town, gotten a giant stone circle spinning. And then because of balance and everything else, the mule walking in a circle attached to a post was enough to keep that stone circle spinning. But the mule itself never put in the energy to get it spinning up in the first place. That was a gigantic effort that the whole village would take part in. So flywheels, they help.
Hold on a second.
Oh God, I'm designing. I'm designing it in my head now, like Stirling engines and.
All right, guys. Have a good
Oh,
night.
let's make it.
I'm
You as
Oh,
well.
you have a good one too. You have a good one too. I now want to make like a steampunk crypto mining machine, like Stirling engines and solar bladder power and all that crazy shit. That'd be fun. All right. That sucks. There's like a giant cluster of rocks just like 100 or 200 meters from. Did I get a radar lock? These guys. Is that Durzen?
At Everest.
Okay. Yeah, there was somebody in an MSR matching speed with me for a second coming up out of Aberdeen, and I was like, huh. But I actually ditched them really easily, so I didn't think it was you. Just had to check. Yeah, Durzen, I figured if it had been you, when I went to peel off, you would have just, like, you would have managed it. That's funny. It's like, oh, that's not Durzen. They
I
clearly
was
would have been
outclassed
behind.
earlier in the fights.
Oh, well, so, versus some other pilot, right? Your probabilities, it's all random. You could come up against a pilot who has flown in a like one of those guys. You could just seem one of them in the verse. It's not fair to hold yourself to that standard. But you still outclass most of the people that I fly with, including myself. And so that's just what I mean is like compared to most people that I fly around or see flying, uh, they would have been better equipped, or you would have been better equipped to handle the maneuver I pulled off than that last guy. Basically, I got up to about 600 meters a second going in a straight line, and then I changed direction real quick, doing cruise control, and like if you're matching speed with somebody at 600 meters a second in atmosphere, and you don't know the direction that they're about to turn into, it would take somebody like you'd have to have really quick reflexes. That's all. I'm not trying to put you up on a pedestal too much, Durzen.
Yes, they can be deceptively hard to follow even one vector change sometimes.
Yep.
I have found myself 10 kilometers away from something I'm following.
Yeah, like just in a few seconds, right? Like it happens so quick. But I've noticed, like, you did a really good job the other day. I guess that's the only reason I referenced you when that person failed to like compensate for my change in movement was just the other week. Um, you did just that. Like, I changed direction real quick on accident, and I was just like, "Oh shit, sorry, Durzen," and you were back on my side, not immediately, but yeah, within a very reasonable amount of time. So you know me, I would have been like, "Oh shit, where'd you guys go?" Get flustered and have to go smoke 3 joints, right? Like, so, uh,
LOL.
yeah, right? Like, all I can do is compare you to the person I know the best, which is myself. And compared to myself, you definitely would have handled that better. Low flying on these crazy cloudy moons like Ariel and Aberdeen. I don't like being in the mid atmosphere, right? Anything above 2,000 meters, I can't see the ground and it scares the shit out of me, right? But once you get down here, it's really fun, I think, to fly it because you can't see more than a few kilometers in front of your face.
You said Ariel?
Uh, I'm going into HDMS Norgard right now. I think. Let me just check the map real quick. My map is like, no, no map for you. Can you just tell me the name of the moon? Aberdeen. Nice. I want to say that's a nice ginger name for a nice ginger moon, but well, I did just say it, so I guess it's set now. Ooh, that is an interesting camera view. Not what I anticipated. All right. Yep. Texture on the ship. It's like I almost don't dislike that the textures show up on your ship when you land on certain landing pads because it's like the dust of that area. So, like, I don't know. I know eventually, or hopefully eventually, they're going to work that out better, right? So it's like that dirt is more procedural. The longer you're at a place or the more you walk into and out of your ship at a place, like the dirt will build up. All right. And okay, so I mean, at the very least, I'm noticing some variation here. So agricultural supplies, I think I've seen now for as high as 1.2 something, but I'm seeing it for lower here. Oh, I don't think I have anything that I can sell here, but I might as well check. Nope.
I never know which guy to trust on trade. One patch it will be Galag, another it will be SC Trade Tools, and then there's Jackson's tool which exceeds my cognitive ability.
Well, is Jackson the same? Is that Jack Axton on YouTube? Is that the same person? Because
No, it is a sync person.
that's funny, because Jackson in Sync does trade, and Jack Axton on YouTube does trade. But that's, my brain was just putting the names together erroneously.
Either way I get frustrated with trade.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm almost just doing this for historical data, right? Like, this is going to be a stream that exists that is going to show a very, very raw sort of state of trade, which is Jack Axton's thing. But not, so I don't want to take that, but you know what I mean? Like, literally, like the status of trade currently at all the different spots. It's literally taking screenshots. Major torque imbalance.
I think the
Excuse
devs
me.
have forced the community away from trade this patch, by disincentivizing it.
Yeah, the fuck was that? I don't know why exactly, but like,
Which is strange because there is no official testing focus on the PU.
yeah, that is, it does, it feels
However, they
strange.
obviously have a testing unfocus.
A testing unfocus. That's funny. Okay.
Like they are actively discouraging us from messing with trade.
Yeah, I just realized why. Oh, shoot. I bet I know why. Yeah. If you were the developer and you were about to bring the trade system online, or you were bringing the like background quantum trade system online, it would be easier to do that if people were not trading as much, messing with the numbers, so that you could see the way the numbers were reacting just based on quanta, not based on how players were interacting with it as well. So if you make the side of trading that faces the players broken, so that the only part that can affect the prices and everything is the background simulation, then you could get those test numbers effectively. And that's why the trade numbers seem to be fluctuating even though very few people are doing trade, is because the trade is being used and bought and sold by NPCs, but we've mostly been cut off from the system. And that is wild conjecture.
Why not use background numbers in a closed server?
That is the thing that makes that whole idea invalid. Is they could much more easily test in a completely isolated environment. Yeah. But they wouldn't be able to test quantum running in the background of a live server. So actually it does. They would need, they'd need that chaos. They would need to see how the quantum simulation runs in the live universe, but without the players affecting the part of the sim that quantum interacts with, because that would be unknown variables entering into the experiment. So there is a chance that they are trying to turn on trade-based quantum more and more, and this part of it is they can't have us tinkering with it. Could be. Could be.
Roger.
Doing stuff like this, though, would be one way for us to find that out, right? Because it's going to give us empirical data in the form of screenshots of the prices at all of the terminals. And I'm not buying enough of anything to influence the prices. Literally less than a full SCU of any one commodity. So
Combat escort arriving by spline now.
thanks. Fuck yeah. All right. Well, I guess that's the draw that people would have to watch my stream when I'm doing trade. It's like trade and stunt flying, two things that should never go together in the same sentence. Oh, did we pass? Now I got to circle because I think I passed the location. Yep. It's too busy stunt flying. don't have any obligations. Do. Yeah, let's come in for a landing. Nice, Sturzen. I saw that on radar. Did not see it visually, but I know what you did. Little backflip.
LOL.
Yeah, I saw the little flippity do. Should be good. All right. Watch, I already came here. I bet I did. I can't remember now.
I finally wrote down some things on paper with a pen.
Nice.
Which I usually never do anymore.
Yeah, it's hard to get me to do that for a game now. I feel ya. Shit. Yeah, I think I did already come here. Let me. Oh, I can check my screenshots.
But I wrote down what my armor and weapon combos are, and planned out my keybinds for the left joystick I intend to purchase this summer.
Oh, very cool. Let's see. No.
I want to get another NXT for my left hand, but it will just be the base model.
Oh no. I'm an idiot. I mean, you know, not really that bad, but like kind of bad. Okay, well, uh, this trade expedition is a bust. I'm gonna buy a bunch of valuable stuff here. Just fill it up with gold or something. Go sell it off somewhere. I should be able to sell all of this at Hurston. The screenshots that I was taking, they weren't recording the location. There's nothing on the console that tells you what location you're at. So I'll have to go back and redo all of this with the order in which I went to the different locations written down on a piece of paper.
I have noticed that before. Why doesn't the trade terminal identify itself?
Oversight. I think it's things like that. That has nothing to do with like asset budget or you know, tech debt or any of the other server meshing. None of that. It's just literally somebody at CIG never thought of it. So, but hopefully it's like Well, it's like the devs have said a couple of times, they watch the YouTube videos and stuff, and they watch the content creators. So if the small creators can get one of the big creators to talk about it in their video, then CIG might see it and work on it. Because then I was talking to one of the bigger content creators, and they watch videos from the smaller content creators. Like, so to like scoop up all the bugs, like the Eradicator, he allegedly watches some of the smaller content creators sometimes to pick up some of the rumors and stuff that he wouldn't, nobody's everywhere, right? That's the idea.
Yes, because I believe that Spectrum and the Issue Council are just popularity contests.
Yep. Yep. All right, yeah, I'm going to Loreville to dump this off real quick. And then I'll just be doing some bounties or something generic. Oh, I know, halt surveillance. I need to make
Roger.
some, yeah, I'll be doing the halt illegal surveillance missions.
How strange. I did not get any group jump information.
Are you bugged?
Not bugged, but it should have told me when you were spooling.
Oh, okay. So it just didn't jump you with. Oh, it did. Huh. Yeah, that's weird.
I had to make my own jump arrangements.
Okay. Oh yeah. Yeah, don't die, don't die, don't die, don't die. And we're in. Are we in? Oh, emergency brake. Jesus. Ooh-wee. Oh. Did I like hit something? I feel like it kept spinning there for a second. There we go. I think that's a good spot to end the stream.
You made it, but a few
And
seconds ago I heard a strange audio.